Okay, P. Hmm. Okay, Pig. A lick. So, P-I double G, something G-E-T. How are y'all doing? How are y'all feeling? How are y'all slicing? And how are y'all drinking your tea? Speaking of which, okay. So, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, and our sponsored uh, little fella or a little piglet fella into a horror uh, 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 and Piglet into a uh, piglet. I mean, yikes. Yikes. You know, like, what were they thinking about doing that to poor Piglet? Like, when is the period the next, like, they crossed the, like, they, how's that all going, YouTube? How's that all going? Like, I mean, they crossed the line with Winnie the Pooh, but, petrified Piglet, but little petrified to death Piglet. Little petrified Piglet. How did it dare? You know, like, I mean, seriously. Why would you do that to Piglet? Like, I don't get it. Like, I mean, I get it, and I also don't get it. Like, I get why you would do that, but I but I also don't get why you would do that because Piglet, Piglet, petrified Piglet is now the uh, I just said it about 16 times. Uh, Petrified Piglet is now in Blood and Honey as the unpetrified Piglet. Like, oh my God. You have got a Rick and Morty and be kidding me. Like, I mean, whatever happened to, who did it to you? Pooh? But I'm such a small animal. Wait. Well, no kidding. No kidding, Piglet. Like, how would, like, I mean, how would you get around that? Like, there's a reason why petrified is Piglet. Like, there's a reason why Piglet is scared and petrified of everything. It's because he's so small, big. It's because he's so little. And then you make a horror movie, slasher, of Winnie the Pooh, and you turn Piglet into a piglet. I mean, geez, come on, like I'm still gonna, get these things and watch them multiple times, but seriously, like who's get, like I mean, like oh, to the deer is right, you know, like Piglet. I mean, Winnie the Pooh is innocent. Tigger is innocent. Okay, and they're all innocent, but in this one, they're from it. They are far from it. Like, I get the plot and I get the idea, but the piglet, like, I mean, they turned him into a piglet, a piglet. Like, I mean, what's your next move? A Peter Pan horror thing here? Oh, wait a minute, it's already happening. Peter Pan, Return to Nightmare Land. No, yeah, sure. Like, I mean, again, why? 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 And a big old why. Anyway, back to Winnie and Piglet and to Owl and to Tigger and to all the other. You know, I'm the only ones up there. Like, wow! To do that to poor Piglet, turning him into a piglet. I mean, who or what are you? Well, see ya. Like, no, I'm kidding, I'm still here. But, like, why would you do that to Piglet? Turning him into a piglet. Like, come on. Like, I mean, like a Piglet Origins. Like, I mean, a Piglet movie would have been one thing. You know? About, like, I mean, a Winnie the Pooh and a Piglet movie would have been one thing. But this thing, oh my god. Like, I mean, I sneezed out grosser thing. Like, I sneezed out really gross things, but this one is just ridiculous. Like, I sneezed out a lot of greener. Like, I sneezed out and like I sneezed out and like, I mean, I sneezed and coughed up some pretty gross things, but that's just right down ridiculous. Like, come on. Like, what side of the barnyard were you messing with? Seriously, what side of the barnyard were you messing with? Like, we're talking about Piglet. And I don't mean to go on and on about it, but can you try knocking on wood? And, like, can you try knocking on wood here? Yeah, who's there? No, really, who's there? Like, I mean, Piglet is a icon of innocence. Maybe more than many, maybe even more than Winnie the Pooh. Like he's a petrified, scared pig that wouldn't like himself if he looked in the mirror. If like he probably would be scared shitless. Uh, like he'd be scared to the point of having uh, shock syndrome if he looked at his if he looked at himself in this movie. He'd have a piglet for sure. Like, yeah, like he'd have a piglet. Like, pigs don't lay eggs, but Piglet would definitely lay an egg if he saw himself in this movie going around doing murdering and stuff. He he'd lay an egg. He'd lay an egg, you know, and like pigs don't, and like pigs or piglets don't even lay eggs, you know, they don't. But this one would, because you know, if he saw himself murdering people, you know, like and looking like and looking very much like a monster version of who he actually is. I mean, what? Like, I mean, come on, he really tampering with the classics, you know. Like, I can't wait till Peter Pan, that horror thing on Peter Pan comes out. Like, you know, I can't wait till that comes out, and then that's getting a bad rep, and then that's gonna get a bad rep, saying that, hey, why'd you do this? You know, like I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that right there. When this Peter Pan horror movie comes out, and then it's getting criticized right down to the pan. I mean, come on, like how many Disney icons are you gonna go through of the horror slasher line before you get tired of it? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any dollars either. Like, hoping I'm making this video too long, but I do want to get my point and message across that oh, I love that tea, and I got more up here. But like, how many Disney icons are you gonna go through and make Disney slasher horror movies out of before you get so tired of it that you just I do it I go in like this. I wish I could just be tired from all of this. It's the Disney icons, the Disney characters aren't fun anymore. Well, you know why they're not fun anymore? Because you kept butchering them to death in these slasher horror films. You know, they got away. They could just ran away with the. They could just kill them to death with. They could just kill them to death with all these horror slasher things, from Peter Pan to Snow White to Fox and the Hound. Like, I mean, cave. Like, I mean, give me a cleaving. Like, I mean, give me a break. Give me a darn and damn break. Like, I mean, what? What? Like, I mean, no wonder. No wonder some things are getting like, I mean, no wonder. You know, no wonder Hollywood is going down under the gun, and there are more flops being made. Movies that are turned into flops. No wonder. Because you're taking Disney icon people and you're destroying them by putting them into these slasher horror situations. Have you lost your senses have you lost your senses completely, or do I exaggerate? You know, have you lost your senses completely, or do I exaggerate? Because really, what you're doing is just destroying and destroying and destroying. You know, like, I mean, how long is it gonna be before you finally run out of ideas? How long is it gonna be to finally you're looking and smelling like this? Why did I even do this? Why did I make so many flops? Because I made so many. Why did I make so many movie-oriented flops? Why? I can tell you why. Because you wouldn't let them up. You would not let them up. You wouldn't you wouldn't you didn't take the time to be creative and work for lesser and work for lower amounts of money to make the movies you wanted to make. Like, I mean, why can't you see that? Like, I mean, look what you've done to poor uh, Pooh Bear and Piglet. Like, like it's fine. Like, it's fine. It's done now. It's done now, but don't do it anymore. It's done now. It's done now, but don't do it anymore. And for the people that are doing the Peter Pan and the Bambi horror movie, viewers beware, you better cancel them right here. You better cancel them because Disney is still going to be here. People are going to be streaming them, but they shouldn't be streaming them either. You know, like, I mean, same thing with Disney Plus. I mean, why can't you just take the live action stuff, put them in a separate corner, and take everything else out? Like, I mean, why can't you just narrow down everything in Disney Plus and just put the stuff and just put certain ones you really want to put in there and leave it at that. You know, maybe 15, 20, 30 instead of the whole holy grail of Mickey. You know, like, come on, stop it. Stop it. Like, I mean, come on, stop it here. Like, the last thing I want to see is a Cinderella horror slasher movie. That's the last thing that is the last thing I want to see. I want to see Disney at its true form. And this isn't it. This isn't it. The Blood and Honey, the Bambi Reckoning, Peter Pan Return to Neverland horror, or whatever the blazes or whatever the pink blazes is called. End it there, all right? Come on. Get back to being creative and imaginative and draw things and stuff like that. It isn't rocket science to just start over. It isn't rocket science to start over. It isn't rocket science to start over. Just start the blazes over. How's my hair here in YouTube? I hope it's fine. Uh, yeah. Anyway, I think I said my piece here. But when it comes right down to it, poor Pooh, poor Winnie the Pooh. But most importantly, poor Piglet. Like, you want to destroy the future of kids. Like, if you want to destroy childhoods, just keep on doing what you're doing. But I'm telling you right now, this is just like I'm telling you right now. If you want to destroy the youth of childhood, like I'm telling you right now, if you want to destroy the good nature of Disney, or not Disney, the Disney icons, and force kids to watch it, or enough, and get kids to watch it, well, you're not gonna have. They're not gonna watch it they're not gonna watch it because like, like something, kids are, kids are a lot the hell are a lot the hell more smarter than any full grown adult. Like even my nephew and niece are smarter than, like even my own nephew and niece are smarter than the average adult, which is pretty stupid. You know, which I'm not saying they're stupid. I'm just saying sometimes they don't think right. You know, so if I want to talk to someone who's making, like if I want to talk to someone who's going to make sense, like if I want to, like if I'm going to talk to somebody who actually has the sense and the brains to boot, I'm going to talk to my nephew or niece on what they think should be made into movies, not the other way around. You know, like if I want to talk to someone who actually has the brains and the smarts for future movies here, I would talk to my nephew and niece on what they think should be made into movies. Other, other than that, I said my piece here, and it has been a bit of the whimsical blood and honey uh, thing here on my feelings and that, and yeah, I'll smell you later, and I'll see you later too.